I'm genuinely sad about what's going on with Helldivers. Gamers don't intentionally want to hate video games. They want to love video games. They want to have fun with them. And Helldivers came along in a really crucial time and really captivated so many gamers out there. And it was great to see so much enthusiasm, but quickly that has gone away in a very short amount of time, and it's only going to get worse based on the things we are seeing right now at this particular time. Here's a quick summary of what's going on, and then we're going to get into the team around Helldivers and what you can probably expect from them moving forward. Grum says, Helldivers 2, what happened? A summary of the current PSN controversy for people just coming up to speed. A thread. On May 2nd at 11:30 Pacific Standard Time, the official Helldivers X account posted a requirement that all Steam players on PC must create and register a PlayStation Network account to continue playing the game or be locked out. PC players who had been playing for months without this requirement took to social media in droves to protest the new change. The controversy is one of the biggest in recent gaming news, and there are several reasons why players are upset. And if you look at the post, it's so tone deaf. It's unbelievable how tone deaf this post is, talking about how there was a grace period that is now expired, and it's for safety. Ladies and gentlemen, we're partnering with Sony now. Sony, you got to get a Sony account for safety. Gamers saw right through that. So the backlash started then, and it's just continued to get worse. PC players wanted nothing to do with having to create an account on another platform in order to continue enjoying their favorite game. Players felt this was a data grab to bolster PlayStation Network numbers and harvest their information. Players did not want to support Sony and felt their data was at risk due to several large-profile PlayStation data breaches. Joining PSN required agreements of their terms of service, which many viewed as restricted and arbitrary than Steam's terms of service, giving Sony too much power to ban or regulate their accounts for the game. The game was sold on Steam in 190 countries, but 120 of those countries do not allow or have access to PlayStation Network, locking out a huge number of players who were unable to comply but had paid for the game. Even though PlayStation Network was listed as a requirement on the sales page of Helldivers 2, it was not enforced due to what Arrowhead GS claimed was a technical issue. Players felt this was a bait-and-switch tactic, as many have said they would have never bought the game had they known the requirement. So that is where we are in terms of the getting everybody up to speed. Now we have this post from Grumps. The Helldivers community team is the worst I've seen in gaming. They are extremely political, woke, and hate gamers. Let's take a look at the lead first, Baskinator. I've written about Baskinator before, and since then she removed the flags in her bio, but has since replaced them as if we wouldn't have noticed. She is a DEI advocate and appears to hate men, gamers, and white people. Welcome to the Helldivers team. We have Spitz, who ignited the PlayStation Network backlash with his, mocking of people who complained about the PlayStation Network policy. This extremely unprofessional approach to legitimate game issues that block thousands of gamers in non-PlayStation Network countries made the problem much, much worse for Arrowhead. He is also a Reddit mod and, of course, appears to have very anti-gamer and appears to be anti-gamer, very anti-gamer. Up next is Misty. So again, first of all, why are you working for a gaming company if you hate gamers? This is such a trend that we are seeing with these gaming companies. It's such a weird dynamic. They work for gaming companies, yet they despise gamers. It's in games journalism. It's in game development. It's everywhere. They despise video gamers. They hate gaming culture. They can't stand it. We have Misty right here. Misty claimed the PSN change was to allow her to ban more people effectively, as this was the primary role she relished as community manager. This created great confusion, as another community manager said the change was imposed by Sony's demands. The conflicting stories and attacks on gamers make this the worst managed community team I have seen. Misty is also extremely woke, hard left-leaning, and hates Saudi gamers. Then you have combined Baskinator, Spitz, and Misty form the majority of the core of the community management team on Helldivers. They have all gone into hiding since the PlayStation Network backlash hit, the opposite of what community managers should do in a PR crisis. They failed to co-coordinate a coherent response, even though they knew the news was coming. They alternated between mocking gamers, gloating about banning them more effectively, and contradicting themselves in their explanations of the policy. This is a very poorly run community team. The blame lies at Baskinator's feet as the lead. It is also poorly staffed, filled with political activists who actively hate gamers and promote woke politics. So much could have been avoided with the quality team in place, neutral and fair. It's a shame a game as good as Helldivers is hampered by bottom-of-the-barrel DEI hires. Well said indeed. But we have another update, because now community manager Spitz has retracted and apologized for his attack on Helldivers fans, admits mistakes. I think that's a good move, but the unprofessionalism of the initial knee-jerk response was still a very poor one. And that initial response speaks to what this person actually thinks about gamers. This person despises gamers. Just absolutely does. But let's be fair. Internal discussions are ongoing about the mandatory linking change, and while I can't reveal the details, the response from our dev team has been pretty universally negative, and we're looking for better options. If a better solution isn't provided for players who are in regions without PSN coverage, I'm assured that we won't be making the requirement mandatory for those players. We're not going to force people to either break Sony's TOS or not play the game. That will help in those areas, but PC players in general do not want to sign up for Sony, period, even if they're in regions that don't allow it. That's where the tone deafness continues to show. How do you not understand this? I'm a console gamer more than a PC gamer, and I fully understand why PC gamers don't want a Sony account, and it makes complete sense. How are you this tone deaf? How do you not understand this? Holy shit, man. That change, the Steam announcement, and the FAQ are all coming from Sony and not our team. Yeah, I was completely unaware of how many countries didn't have the ability to make a PlayStation Network account when I made that statement. Well, maybe you should figure it the fuck out before you run your mouth. I deeply regret implying that it was so easy for everyone to just sign up and not to have to worry about it. It's absolutely not our intention to force people to break Sony TOS or just not play the game if they are in a restricted region. There needs to be a better solution. Yeah, there needs to be a better solution, but you hate gamers, so you are instinctively going to jump to negative responses towards gamers because you hate gamers. This is where we are right now. It's not getting any better. Overall review status has now shifted to mixed, indicating that the positivity built over the last 4 months has been nearly erased in just 48 hours. Right here you have it. Mixed 69%, mostly negative 39%. Things are really bad right now for Helldivers. And when you have a community full of these weirdos right here, I'm not sure it's going to get any better for them in the near future, but time will tell. We're going to continue to follow this. Big shout out to Grums for putting this all together and making it easier for me to make these videos. We are going to have him on Geeks Gamers this upcoming week, so we're looking forward to that. Other than that, you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like I said, I truly hate seeing this. I enjoyed the hell out of Helldivers. And it's the same process of all these other games. I've said it. Call of Duty disappointed me. Titanfall disappointed me. Halo Infinite disappointed me. And now Helldivers is disappointing me. What's going to be next? Who knows? But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.